Hey everybody. All right, here's your homework for tonight, Tuesday, May 28th. Define the following words using the context clues. Lethargy, vigil, mandate, recoils, indignity, and indomitable. Okay, so these are all from the new story called My Wonder Horse. It's by this guy named Sabin R. Ulibarri. He was born in Tierra Amarilla, a small town in northern New Mexico. Much of his work focuses on preserving the history of this region. Although Ulibarri is considered one of the most famous Mexican-American writers, he did not actually begin to write until he was in his 40s. Before that, he was a teacher. Like My Wonder Horse, most of Ulibarri's work was originally written in Spanish. This version of My Wonder Horse was translated by Thelma Campbell Nason. Okay, so that's important to know because we know that he writes mostly about things from northern New Mexico. Okay, he is Mexican American, so he brings with him some different perspectives. Okay, he's writing about a horse here. So I'm going to preview the text. I'm just kind of go through and look at some of the pictures. I see, okay, two guys walking around in the snow looking like maybe cowboys. So maybe they're cowboys trying to get wrangle up the horses. Okay, I also see, okay, a majestic white horse. Okay, so maybe that's the wonder horse that he's talking about. Okay, wonder meaning like you're, he's wonderful, he's awe-inspiring, he's beautiful. Okay, so now I'm going to go through and look at these vocab words. Okay, before I even look at the definitions, let's look. The cattle moved slowly, fat and sleek in the August sun and shadow, listless and drowsy in the lethargy of late afternoon. I was dozing on my horse. Okay, so he was dozing, he was listless, he was drowsy. Lethargy is a big word, but I know that drowsy and dozing and moving slowly means that everyone's feeling kind of sleepy. Okay, just like people feel when it's very hot in August, everyone's just kind of lazing around. So I think that's what lethargy probably means. Again, and I'm also looking at the other sentences. Okay, he's talking about cattle out in the August sun, so it does look like this is about a cowboy. Okay, I'm going to go to the next vocab word, vigil. Without the usual bread and sardines in my saddlebag, I had slept badly, but had kept the vigil well. I was going in search of the white light that had galloped through my dreams. Okay, this one's a tough one. Okay, so he had kept the vigil. So that must mean he didn't sleep. He slept badly, but he kept the vigil. So that must mean that he was thinking or maybe even praying about something, watching for something. He was going in search of the white light that galloped through my dreams. Oh, maybe he's talking about the wonder horse here. Maybe he's going to go look for him. Okay, the next vocab word. A sudden violent scream breaks the silence. A glove hurled into my face. A challenge and a mandate. Then something surprising happens. The horse that in summer takes his stand between my threat and his herd, swinging back and forth from left to right, now plunges into the snow. Stronger than they, he is breaking trail for his mares. They follow him. His flight is slow in order to conserve his strength. Okay, so a sudden violent scream, a glove hurled into my face. Okay, so that's a figure of speech that I don't really understand. Good thing there's a little number here. A glove hurled into my face is a defiant challenge. Okay, so again, we're talking about cowboys here. Well, one cowboy takes off his glove and throws it into another cowboy's face. That means, I challenge you to a duel. I want to fight you. Okay, so who's challenging him to a fight? It looks like the horse is. Okay, so is the horse actually throwing gloves in his face? No, it's a figure of speech. All right, and then recoils. I speak to him. As I talk, I approach him. At first, he flinches and recoils. Then he waits for me. Okay, so recoils is a tough one, but I know what flinches means. I flinch whenever someone snaps their fingers in my face or goes to swat me. Okay, so I flinch. So recoil must be something like that, where I back up quickly. And again, I'm previewing this text and I'm looking, He's talking about a he here. He must be talking about the horse again. So the horse is flinching and recoiling away from the cowboy. All right, last word, or no, next to last word. He slipped and fell on his side. I suffered for him the indignity, the humiliation, majesty degraded. Okay, indignity is another great word. So if he slipped and fell on his side, he probably would look kind of silly, or it would be a little bit embarrassing. Being humiliated means you're embarrassed. So that's probably what indignity means too, like embarrassed or an embarrassing situation. All right, now this really is the last one. I was rejoicing over the flight and the freedom of the wonder horse, the dimensions of his indomitable spirit. Oh my goodness, that is a hard word. Okay, so if it's a wonder horse, then he must have some kind of a fierce spirit, not a slow, sluggish, I don't care spirit. If he's talking about this wonder horse, like how great and majestic and beautiful it is, it must have some kind of a fierce spirit. So that must be what indomitable means, something like that. Okay? So again, your homework for tonight is to define those six words using context clues. Do not just give me definitions from the dictionary. Okay, I want them to be in your own words.